Hello everyone, this is Alan with Mystery MTG, and this video is so rushed that we still have the MTG Spice Arena in the background with the winner, so this is another shout out to the winners from last week. But I want to talk about something very important today, and that is getting scammed, or how to get out of getting scammed at the end of it. Even if you did not pay with goods and services, or if you did not use something like Venmo. We just had this happen with a guy named Jens Arndt who runs JK Entertainment in Europe. This is a big store, and I'll be really honest with you guys, and you guys know that we're very transparent. I let you guys know what's happening. We got a bunch of product from him, and there were some missing boxes, and he basically said, "Too bad, too sad." You know, because when we do business with other store owners, there's kind of this inherent if something goes wrong, I got you kind of thing, right? And we've had that with so many stores. You can just, it's easy because you tell by the weight of the package, an investigation can be done, and it's not difficult to prove that boxes were either there or not there, right? Now, if you can prove it, like, you know, the weight is off, typically someone will say, okay, that's fair, you know, I'll send you the product, I'll give you a refund, blah, blah, blah. Among the stores, this is like a one-day process. But there are the situations in which someone is we didn't know this, but apparently JK Entertainment is incredibly disorganized and they just don't send out what they're say they're going to send out. He was advertising that he was going to be able to sell us 30 UMA boxes and 20 MM15 and etc. etc. And in reality, when we talked to him later after we had made the purchase, he didn't have any of that in stock. He had, given us the wrong numbers in the first place. Anyway, the purchase happened. We did not get the product that we purchased, and he did not want to do a refund. So this is where a couple of mistakes happen. One, don't get too comfortable, right? Even when it comes to Mystery MTG, even though a lot of you guys trust us to the T, you have to film your openings. You have to document stuff, because the day comes where we talk to customers all the time, and if something doesn't come, we try to help customers out. I'll listen to the story and I'll see, does this sound legitimate? Does this not? Because it's very easy to tell typically, right? But sometimes mistakes can happen because if you have zero evidence and you say, hey, I did not get this package, and the delivery courier is saying they did get their package and they verify it, or they say they handed it off to you and you say you didn't get it, something is very wrong there, right? If you say that you got the product and it was handed off, or they say it was handed off to you and you didn't actually get it, it's always good to just document things. In that kind of scenario, an investigation has to be open and we have to go through it that way. But if it's something to where something was forgotten in your order, I always suggest that you open things under a camera. Now, we sometimes forget to use that advice ourselves. If we're buying product or opening product from anyone who is even a store that is just not as well established, we will still film the openings. Now, JK Entertainment, by all means, appears to be a very legitimate store, and we deal with a bunch of big stores all the time, and we don't even really have to deal with stores because we have a really good amount of inventory. But there are certain products like Modern Masters 2015, we have to get that product in occasionally. I would say once every 2 months. And he's a legitimate store owner. We thought, apparently not, but the store's been in business for a long time. It's pretty big. It's one of the biggest in Germany. So you just get the package, it looks big, and you're like, okay, well, here's the product, right? This is exactly what I ordered. You're assuming, and you open it without filming it, and then you get screwed. They did not include, two pretty expensive old boxes, and it's easy for us to say, okay, well, too bad, too sad, let's move on. But there's the moral of the story here is that when we reached out, this has apparently been happening continuously. This store, JK Entertainment, has nonstop been either sending things out very late or just scamming people, like sending out boxes in different languages, which are advertised in English. This is like, it's mind-blowing how someone can own a store and do this, right? So I've been, I went freaking nuts off of this because I hate scammers and I hate what they do to the community. Jens does not play MTG. Jens is not a TCG player. I don't know what the guy does. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't even work in a store, okay? And this is the thing. If you're buying anything from Mystery MTG, I know exactly what was packed in your thing, when it was packed, and who packed it. and I open every single shipment that comes back to us, and I verify it myself. So I know exactly what I'm talking about when we have a conversation. Okay, if you tell me you got something, I know what we recorded on our end, and there's always the potential for a mistake, but at the very least, I know exactly what happened, right? Apparently, some store owners don't even work in their own store. Took him over a week. You know, this is the thing. When you buy something and they have to forward you to their team, and it takes them a week to get a response back from their team, you're not doing business with a good partner. Okay. If you're buying something off of eBay and they do this, we're like, hey, you bought this thing, I'm going to forward you to our salesman or whatever, and you can deal with it. No, if you're selling something and you're the first point of contact, you need to be the last point of contact, because I'm not buying through that secondary person. You're the one who made the sales post. So just take note of all of this when you're making a larger purchase. If you're making a smaller purchase and it's just, 30 to 40 to $50, you're probably, I mean, there is a chance you can get scammed, but getting scammed there with $40 is not a huge deal. Now, if it's a $5,000 deal, it's a pretty big deal. That's a good chunk of your money that you do not want going away. So keep that in mind. If it's a smaller deal, you have a little bit more leeway, just because you're not going to be losing too much if you do get scammed. But even then, it might be in your best interest to just document things. So what is the weight on the package? Ask them before they ship. Can you please weigh the packages and give me the exact amount, because the customs form will be the rounded amount. So give me the exact weight of the package. Take a picture of all the product that should be in there. That's a really big one. And that's what a lot of sellers do naturally. They'll send you a picture of the product right before they ship it out to you, all laid out. And I have a bunch of partners that do that, store owners that do that. And I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. This guy, didn't say anything. Package was 2 weeks late. And then I got it and I got screwed. And I did not film the opening. He did not take a picture of what was inside of it. I did not get an exact weight. So how do you deal with this when you get to the end of this and you are out of the product, you're out of cash, you've basically doubled your losses, and the owner is just, and I mean, the guy's a nutcase. I'm sorry, like, I don't want to have to be rude here, but it is what it is. You guys know that we like to be honest about things. I'm going to be completely honest. Apparently the way we treat our customers is very good, because when we have an issue with a customer, we deal with it. Sometimes we're, kind of late when dealing with it. Sometimes, we have to investigate a little bit further. But if a customer tells me, hey, I got a 9-pack premium and I got a 3-pack on accident, that is such a big difference, and we'll have it recorded. And it's something that, is relatively easy to get figured out, right? But even then, I'll be honest with you, very rarely do I ever question them unless they're a first-time purchaser. If it's someone who's been with us for like, a year, someone who I would consider verified, then I just, I take the loss and I say, okay, well, that probably is a mistake on our part, and we're going to just send you out another 9-pack for free, because we made the mistake. So they get 12 packs, but it's our fault, so we have to do that, right? And then when you're dealing with different business owners, with store owners, if I'm making a bigger deal with them, or if I'm purchasing a lot of product, or if they're purchasing a lot of product, there is that level of, okay, hey, I got a German almond kit on accident, right? And can we fix that? And then you'll say, oh, wow, I didn't even know I had that in my inventory. If you have that recorded, then you know it is in your inventory. Some people do not have their inventory well recorded when it comes to languages. So they might say, oh, crap, my bad, I'm sorry. If you want to send that in, I can give you a refund. And it's that easy, right? It's that easy. There comes a point when you've been doing business for so long that it would never make sense for you to ever try to scam or to be a bad actor in the space, right? You would think that's true. On our end, one person ever gets scammed in association with Mystery MTG, and I can guarantee you it ruins the business. If anyone were to get a tampered pack, a weighed pack, anything that ruins the legitimacy of the business, you would never be able to trust it again, which is why that never happens. Because that all of those quality checks are not, for Christmas. It's not me just having a fun time. It's me saying, if anyone got something different than what they were supposed to get, it would ruin our reputation. And that is what needs to happen, guys. When all of these scammers are doing this crap, if they own a business, if they're licensed, whatever, if they have a reputation that's already pretty bad and now they're making it worse, they need to get reprimanded for that. The community has to say, hey, dude, you've been a bad actor in this space. You're ruining it for everyone. And they do price fixing too. I mean, these are the guys making sales posts. So the secondary market is the prices are legitimized by some of these people who are not actually shipping out the product. If you're saying you have 30 boxes of UMA at this certain price and it's cheaper than everywhere else, and people actually think that's the going price, now, well, this guy's selling it for 340, I have to sell it for 340, and then you're not actually selling the UMA. I mean, that's like fraudulent. That is basically just fraud. You're lying and you're setting a price that isn't there, that doesn't exist. So ultimately, like I said, going back to the evidence part, film your openings. Film exactly what you get. Make sure you're documenting the package slip, the name on the slip, where it comes from. Get them to take a picture of it before it comes to you as well, right? Now, this isn't always possible, but if it's an individual seller or if you're talking directly with the seller, this should 100% be possible, okay? Now, this would not have been possible with JK Entertainment because the guy who's making the sales post doesn't work at the actual store. He's the owner that essentially just does not work inside of his own store and doesn't know what's going on, obviously. So, as you can tell, I'm still pretty frustrated by this, but I hope you guys just make sure that you do not go down the same route, okay? Now, if it happens that you paid friends and family and that the person scammed you and thinks that, I win, you can contact your bank. Pretty much all banks will side with you in this case. You say, hey, explain the situation, get on the phone and dispute the charge through your bank, and you probably will have your PayPal account or your Venmo account or whatever account you went through temporarily disabled. I think you have to go talk to PayPal about it. But it's worth it. I mean, get your money back. Make sure these people are not, in my opinion, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And just, I mean, this is my opinion. Don't let these guys get away with it. You're going to look crazy. Everyone's going to say, hey, man, why are you writing these negative reviews for this guy? Why are you continuously going on about this? It was just, for us, it was almost $1,000 worth of missing products. So it's kind of a big deal. But, even if it's only $200 or $300 or $100 or $50, that's hours of work for people. Okay. If we charge, so let's, go back to our premium packs, which start off at $33, right? You got to take it seriously that to be able to buy that, at a minimum wage, at least people are working a couple of hours, right? A couple of hours for some packs. And just to be able to enjoy the pack cracking experience. Are you telling me that you're willing to do that to them? Now, if you're doing that with a buyer and a seller, you don't know what steps they've taken to build their business, if they're struggling, if they, have a daughter who's sick, if they have if their wife is sick, and they've already have all of these financial challenges, and you're coming in and saying, well, I'm going to screw you today, and you're doing, I mean, talk about bad karma, okay? So ultimately, all of us, every single person in this space will get scammed at some point. It's just going to happen. TCG, unfortunately, even if you try to do the best you can, even if Mystery MTG, and we've been doing this, just says only verified WPN premium stores can be partners, or, the creme de la creme, you're always going to have that one bad actor who is too big to fail, thinks that they can get away with anything, and they're going to send you a box of Chinese something, and they promised it was English. Or they have a couple of foreign language boxes in a big deal where everything should have been English, right? And they say, well, no, I don't think I sent you that. And you say, well, this is what I got. You have to have it on video. You have to be able to document it somehow. Like I said, I think it's better to just get a picture on their end. And then when you get it, you can confirm, right? Okay, well, you sent me this picture. I'm going to film this opening and I can show you exactly what I got. So if there's any difference there, something wrong happened along the way. Now, don't let them ever tell you that UPS opened the package or USPS opened the package. It was customs. If that ever happens, you get an indication. I mean, I've literally had a notification on the packages saying this has been resealed, this has been opened, and it will have a new tape on it. And when you open it, you will see it's been shuffled. It's not in its original packaging. Typically, people will try to, put a bunch of packaging on booster boxes to make sure that they don't get damaged in transit. And if that happens, you'll notice that the inside packing has been shuffled and it's doesn't look right. And then you probably have a package that's been opened. But that's not the case in this situation. It's probably not going to be the case in your situation. It's just a really shitty seller. So there it is, guys. Avoid these people at all costs. So I will let you know that JK Entertainment, based in Germany with Jens Arndt, is not the person to be doing business with, okay? Not the guy to be doing business with. And honestly, we have a list of people. This is probably the first store to be added to that list. And I don't know, we're going to have to continue to add people to this list because it's getting ridiculous, guys. It's getting freaking ridiculous. You look at all of these complaint groups and the amount of people that just are making new accounts, and some store owners that are doing, some people are doing crazy stuff. They're doing crazy stuff. They're increasing the price of products. They're marking up products. And then they're also not sending the products out. And it's like, you know, why isn't WotC coming in and saying, hey, you're doing all of this, you have this bad of a reputation, you're not accredited anymore? I think that needs to be happening to something like JK Entertainment, okay? Some of these horror stories that were commented on our complaint post about them were just, I mean, like, how is this person still in business, right? Like, if you're doing it that bad, if you're just, you know, disregarding everything around you. Now, you can every business owner will make a mistake, but at some point it is pure just ill intention. That's what I'd like to say. So on a different note, to finish this off, CEDH crates are being packed. They're all incredibly spicy. A lot of them have Eternal Masters, revised Demonic Tutors, revised Mana Vaults, Force of Wills, tons of Jeweled Lotuses. You guys can see them on the Facebook page. We took a picture of what was going to be in the 20% of the first wave. So just a few of the second wave, actually. Sorry, just a few of those packages. You can see what is going to be in those. Looking extra spicy. I think a lot of them actually have 3 Masters packs: Eternal Masters, Modern Horizons 2, and then Masters 25 is probably the most common setup. But a lot of them have, you know, Eternal Masters or Modern Masters 15 or Modern Masters 2017, and then a variation of other premium packs or whatever packs were on that list. The only packs, those would be the only packs on the randomizer. So very cool product. I think people are going to love it. Now, it is a pre-order, so technically it should be coming out October 30th. We're going to push that up to like within the next couple of days. The first wave has already kind of been going out and is mostly out already. So that should be completely finished pretty soon. You guys should enjoy your packages. I think this is one of those things where it's a very well-crafted crate where you're pretty much happy with every single roll. I mean, you look at the picture that we posted and everyone's like, okay, well, I want everything in this picture, you know what I mean? And some people just want to buy multiple crates, which I don't blame them. This is kind of one of those products where you would want to buy multiple crates because it's just, I mean, it's spicy. It's spicy in every way. So, you know what? Actually, I just realized, I think it's actually 2 packs, not 3. It might be 2 packs. It might be EMA and just Masters 25. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to confirm on that. But the pretty important announcement actually is that the Spice Arena, which you can see in front of you, is postponed until we figure out all of the internet issues. That has been a real killer. I might even hire someone to be able to do it for us so that, you know, if they have good internet and they're in a good location, it'll run very smoothly. They'll be able to do it every week. Someone who's very good at storytelling, someone who's very entertaining. I think you guys would enjoy that a lot, maybe even multiple times a week. I'm totally down for that. We have to get the whole inventory set up to where we can have what is going to be in prizes set out, you know, so it's not just, it's hard to, you know, everything is rotating, you know, when it comes to curated products, everything is rotating and you have to deal with it. So it's a little bit hard to, you know, say, hey, we should do this month and then this month, but oh wait, you know, this is already on this other product. Do we want to do this again? So we're going to have to figure out, I might, you know, I mean, this is the thing when it comes to not having the physical location yet, because I would love to have employees that are able to, you know, talk about this or, you know, get into this process, but we do not have the physical location up yet again. Now, we did have a location up before in the heat of COVID, at the peak of COVID, and not the best idea. The location wasn't the best idea, so we are reopening, and once it's open, once it's done, we are all good to go, and we will have a very fun, a pretty epic place to come play, drink, eat, whatever you want to do. And there we go. You guys can enjoy it. I am going to end the video here. It's a bit longer than I expected, but if you have any questions, any comments, any personal experiences, let me know in the comments and let's talk about it. I'm down to talk about your experiences. also down to talk about mine. So have a great day. This is Alan from Mystery MTG, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.